I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. A Craigslist posting is advertising work that appears to be for the Los Angeles riots, saying they will pay people $6,500 to $12,500 a week to be, quote, tough, brave men in LA. The ad reads, "This isn't for everyone. No quitters, no cowards, no weak links. If you can't handle serious pressure, don't reply." The ads on Craigslist are found under the general labor category. They are seeking a select crew of highly capable and fearless men for what appears to be a high-risk private contract role. The location is LA. The compensation, as we mentioned, $65 to $12,500 a week, depending on experience. The job title is operator, employment type, contract. Experience level, no experience required. However, preference is given to those with relevant backgrounds. The ad targets, quote, extremely tough, brave men who can lead or follow as needed and stay calm under pressure in high intensity situations. Bonus experience includes military, just not the Marines, law enforcement or private security backgrounds, as well as skills in crisis management, tactical response, or facing trained opposition. Applicants must provide their name and contact number with phone interviews required. Candidates are expected to share real-life examples of toughness, reliability, or adversity to overcome. Those without experience must explain their mentality and how they can contribute to the crew's success in completing jobs or, quote, taking down scores.
One man has survived the Boeing 787 crash after jumping out of the burning aircraft as it crashed into a building shortly after it took off. British national Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, who was visiting family, is reportedly the sole survivor of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner crash in Ahmedabad, India. He said that 30 seconds after takeoff, there was a loud noise and then the plane crashed. It all happened so quickly. The flight, which was bound for London Gatwick, was carrying 242 people, including 230 passengers and 12 crew members. Ramesh, seated in seat 11A, miraculously escaped by jumping from the burning plane as it crashed into a residential area, hitting a doctor's hostel at BJ Medical College. He told media from the hospital, where he is receiving treatment for injuries to his face, chest, and feet, that he saw bodies all around and ran from the wreckage, which was engulfed in flames. His survival is considered extraordinary, as no other survivors from the flight have been confirmed. His statements are expected to be critical for the ongoing investigation by Indian authorities, supported by the NTSB and the UK Air Accidents Investigation Branch. The man who handed out Bionic face shields to rioters in Los Angeles has been arrested. Alejandro Teodoro Orellana was arrested by the FBI's Los Angeles field office in a sting operation at his home. He's being charged with conspiracy to commit civil disorders. The arrest comes after authorities say he handed out the Bionic shield face masks to rioters in downtown Los Angeles. Those high-impact face shields, described by some as resembling riot control gear, were captured on video showing Orellana delivering truckloads to rioters. Orellana is identified as an alleged member of the Brown Berets, a radical Chicano nationalist group with a history of anti-police rhetoric and militant activism, operating since the 1960s Chicano civil rights movement. The group is said to have ties to far-left revolutionary organizations and operates in major U.S. cities. U.S. Attorney Bill Esseley said they will identify and arrest anyone involved in organizing or helping rioters. Governor Gavin Newsom is fundraising off the riots in Los Angeles while encouraging the protests to continue. Newsom saying to the people of Los Angeles and across the country who are protesting immigration raids, don't give them the spectacle they want. The announcement reads, "Before you go, we are humbly asking you to support Gavin Newsom's campaign for democracy with a contribution. If you believe Democrats need to go on offense, even in red states, we are asking you to donate." Newsom is promoting the democracy he has built in Los Angeles that is now being showcased on the national stage. An organization that received $34 million in taxpayer funds is allegedly instigating riots in Los Angeles, according to California State Representative Carl DeMaio. The Coalition for Human Immigrant Rights, or CHIRLA, is allegedly behind many of the riots that are breaking out in LA. DeMaio calling attention to the funding, which matches up with tax documents. According to IRS Form 990 for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023, which is the most recent data, total revenue for CHIRLA was about $47 million.
Of that, Chirla received $33.9 million in government grants during fiscal year 2023, meaning taxpayer dollars are funding this group that supports illegal migrants by giving them legal services, healthcare, and education, among other things. The FBI is digging into the organizations that are financially fueling the violent anti-ICE riots that have gripped Los Angeles since last week, with Director Kash Patel saying they're looking into possible foreign influence and funding from politically backed sources. Patel making the announcement after days of riots in the streets of LA that saw anti-ICE agitators setting cars and buildings on fire, looting stores, blocking highways, and throwing concrete rocks and fireworks at law enforcement, injuring agents and damaging federal property. The announcement comes as National Guard troops and the Marines have been called in to stop the violence, with concerns mounting over who's bankrolling the chaos. Patel said that the FBI is investigating, quote, any evidence of a criminal conspiracy behind the riots, adding that we're looking at who's paying for this violence. Meanwhile, lawmakers claim that foreign actors or ideological groups are behind the riots, saying the coordination is evidence of organized funding, saying, quote, this isn't spontaneous. Someone's footing the bill. In addition, U.S. Attorney Bill Esseley warned that the Bureau is combing through videos to identify rioters, noting that the man who threw rocks at Border Patrol vehicles has been identified and is facing up to 8 years in prison if convicted. He said, you can run, but you can't hide. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.